There is no proof, but it is a conjecture, and I think a very valid one, that this whole business of play acting, pretending to be what you're not, began with the caveman. When humans had no language, their two needs, food and shelter, both of which were served by hunting. And the reason why the religious associations with theatre continue to persist is because it was practiced in the temples. In ancient India, in ancient Greece, in ancient China, in ancient Japan. There were theatres inside the temples. The priests would enact particularly difficult passages of scripture for the benefit of the congregation. If it was Latin or Sanskrit or whatever language. They never do it 4 o'clock in the morning before anybody's arrived. If it means so much to you, do it at that time. Why do you wait for people to assemble and then see your devotion? Anyway, but I'm digressing. The point I'm trying to make is that we all are aware of, from the beginnings of the caveman and the priests in the theatres, where the work of acting has reached now. We have somehow lost sight of its real purpose. Actors themselves have lost sight of its real purpose. Ask an actor, when you act, what do you do? Most actors won't be able to answer that question. Ask a carpenter what he does. When he builds a table, he'll be able to give you a precise answer. Ask a potter. Ask any kind of artisan. But actors are unable to break down their work into its component parts and talk about it. Very few of them are articulate about their work. They immediately start talking of God-given talent and natural ability and all these sort of things, which are only words, in my opinion. This term parallel cinema, experimental cinema, alternative cinema, whatever they like to call it now, it's crossover cinema or multiplex. These are all terms which are invented by the press and which are very damaging because it creates in the viewer's mind a barrier. ये तो art film है, ये तो बड़ी boring होगी. I've had people say that to me. आपकी फिल्में तो बड़ी boring होगी. ठीक है भाई, आपको लगती हैं, हर एक को नहीं लगता. So there are two kinds of movies, in my opinion: good movies and bad movies. There can be very good movies in the popular genre, and there can be very bad movies which claim to be art. So I completely agree with that.
For this year's Malhar, for the theme of your festival, Confluence. What does it mean? How can we understand this idea? In a literal sense, It denotes the point where two rivers meet to become one river. And sometimes they can also go on in their separate ways. In the metaphorically speaking, in the other sense, it implies a melting pot of different ideas, different factors, of cultures and identities in a society. Criticism, understatement, humor, open endings, the use of leitmotifs and fluid camera works corroborate his Western sensibilities. Rai was deeply influenced by Western classical music and structured his films like a symphony. He says he thought endlessly of Mozart while he was filming Charlotta, the Lonely Wife. He was impressed with Italian neo-realistic directors, made a deep impression on him, and he also claimed that he had learned his craft from Hollywood. And also he was hugely influenced and he admired Kurosawa, John Ford, Frank Capra, Renoir, to name a few. India is vast. It is also ancient and wise. Over centuries, it has seen and learnt a lot, rejected and absorbed. India's political and cultural mosaic, with its staggering diversity, is a matter of envy for contemporary societies. It is up to you, the future of India, to ensure that Paz's eloquent warning does not come to pass, that we continue to be a civilization that represents the coming together, the confluence of many disparate civilizations. Because your festival is named after a Ra, and given the theme for this year's festival, confluence, it is only appropriate that I end with a line from that wonderful song. Again, I can't sing it, I wish I could. Mile sur mera tumhara, mile sur mera tumhara, to sur bane hamara. It is up to you, it's up to all of us to ensure that the melodies we create includes the voices of every one of us. I'm glad we shared these thoughts on the eve of our Independence Day. Enjoy the rest of the festival, and I wish Malhar and Fagins all the very best.